Hey, what's up everybody? This is Jesse from VCC Board Reports. Today I'm going to do a video about an iPad Pro 12.9 first generation. It has a bad backlight circuit. So I'm going to walk through the process of doing a visual inspection, finding all the faulty components, and then we're going to go ahead and replace everything, test it, fix it, and have a fully working iPad after this. So let's get started with the repair. I did just post this online, so let's see how many people will join the live stream. So far, I don't see many people here. Cool. So let's start off with visual inspection. So I like to put a guitar pick here on the side of the iPad. So let me try this. So I like to put a guitar pick here off to the side of the iPad, just because you don't want to put a tool in between the battery connector, because that's how they get damaged. So I like to do it like this. This makes sure that there's no power running through the board while we work on it. So let me switch back. All right. So at first, let's see, Micromage Repair has joined. What's going on? First inspection, we do see beat up. Zoom in closer, you'll see a lot of funky looking components. Yeah, can you guys see that? There is this thing that looks exploded. Looks like somebody tried to replace this coil. A lot of damage here. Also, I just noticed this. There seems to be some long screw damage here, which is not good. So let's see if we could fix this. I don't know. I haven't seen an iPad Pro with long screw damage before, so I don't know if this is even going to be fixable. Maybe this thing is. I'm not going to do long screw damage on this, so let me peel this off, see if there's any additional damage here underneath the sticker. So areas of concern are these two. They look a little funny, so I'll probably replace those. There's long screw damage here. Looks like multiple layers. So this filter here always blows whenever someone tries to plug in the screen without unplugging the battery, so I'll check that. Besides that, I mean, everything else looks fine here around the connectors. I think actually some random component here by itself. All right, that looks funky there too, so I'll probably have to check that out. Then got the little component here stuck on my tweezer. Hey, what's up guys? If you're on the live stream, say hello, say where you're from, your name. So smash that like button, help this video get out to more people. It always helps out the channel. All right, let's see. So there's a straight component here. I don't know where it came from. I doubt it came from here. Maybe it did. I don't know why there's flux all the way over there. Yeah, this is a disaster. All right, so I like to work on it from this angle. think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift up the shield just to have some more room to work with. So let me start off with that. By the way, I do like to work with these iPads, work in the frame, just because too much work to take it out. So let's get this shield removed, just so I could get a little better access to everything. By the way, how's the sound quality and the video quality of the stream? I haven't done this in a while, and I've messed with a lot of my settings, so I don't know if it's optimized right now for streaming. Let me know in the chat or in the comments. Right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my hot air to 415 Celsius with 120 air. I'm gonna try to lift up this shield just from here to here. By the way, if you guys have any questions, just let me know in the chats. I'll try to answer everyone as I work through here. I'm going to use my hook to try to pry up this part of the board. There it goes. I think that should be good enough. Sounds static. Alright, well that's one of the things I'm trying to figure out how to fix. So I don't know what needs to be done. So I have to investigate that further. Alright, so I'm just gonna get rid of that, and then alright, so for now I'm just gonna remove the bad components. One of the things about this is the diodes do have a direction, an orientation, so you can see the line here is at the bottom. I'm assuming that this also here at the bottom, so I'm gonna make a mark to kind of remind me which side that line is on. I think I'll just use the same for both sides. So I'm just gonna get rid of everything here that looks weird. So 2 coils, these 2 diodes, and then the IC as well. But I need to see where that dot is. So by the way, if you're watching, make sure you smash that like button. Let me start off with this coil here. Oh, there it goes. This coil here. So when I'm doing this, I want to point away from the Wi-Fi chip. I don't want to float the chip itself. Now for sure this diode is bad. So I'm getting rid of that. I don't know if this one's any good. So let me just remove it just to be sure, and I'll test it. I'll show you guys how to measure these. Now this IC does look a little funny, so I will probably replace it as well. I was gonna see which where that dot is. I need to know the orientation of this chip. Let me see if I could see it better with some alcohol. Nope, can't see it. I think I saw it in the upper right. Hey, what's up, Polo? Let me see if I could maybe, let me check ZXW. Let me see, so You guys can watch with me. I'm gonna go to iPads, iPad Pro 12.9, 2015. We're working down here, and it doesn't say here which one's pin 1. Let me try. Well, let me check something else. Maybe the iFixit page will have it. Let's switch back. Here's a picture of the board. Nope, can't see it there. Usually they have a, here you go, let's try this one. Can't see it. So weird. It's hard to see. Yeah, this is the backlight IC, backlight driver. Many different names for it. Maybe I'll try, hold on. iPad Pro 12.9. Trying to see if I could find. I do have a donor, so if you give me 1 second, let me grab that. No, that's not it. Oh, that. So I have a donor board. Here. This is the same model. So if we look, there you go, yeah. You see the dots, this dot should be at this corner, so basically pointing over here, so move this here. I'm just gonna go ahead and mark it over here in this corner. All right, cool. So let me, you know what? There's a long screw damage which goes right here. So let's see. Let's enable the different layers and see if there's anything that goes. Oh, look at that. This goes from there to there. Enable all the different layers. Oh, yeah, this might be a no fix. You know what? Let me remove that post. I want to see what's underneath it. So I see someone's asking, Polo's asking in the chat, how do I know it's bad? The fact that everything is blown up and there's some weird discoloration here, it's safe to just assume it's bad and replace it, as it only takes a few extra minutes to do that, and just leave it. Then it turns out it is bad after all, and then you have to do the work all over again. So it's kind of like, might as well just wipe everything off the board from that circuit and then be safe from doing double work. Alright, so I'm going to remove the screw post just so I can inspect underneath. Yeah, this doesn't look good. You guys might not be able to see, but from my perspective, like, I think it went through the whole board. I might have to change the thumbnail to to this. Let me see. So we look here on the ZXW, we have basically all these lines right here that. So what I can do is, for sure this line goes through the middle. So I can remove the chip, and then I could measure between here and here and see if there's continuity, which most likely there won't be. Let me remove the chip. Yeah, whoever was working on this board should have their screwdrivers confiscated, because they should not be working on customers' boards like this. It should be a crime against humanity. So I'm just prepping the pads. Because some of the pads were bridged when I moved the chip. I'm just going to clean up this area. Isopropyl alcohol and a toothbrush. Although there's a lot of flux, so I'm going to clean up some of it with my little clean cloth here. You know, so one of the things about this industry, you know, not everything is fixable. So it's probably cheaper just to replace the board and to spend how many hours to fix some of this stuff. So there you go, I kind of cleaned it up. I'm gonna get some water. So yeah, so what we can do here is I'm gonna basically check for continuity from this pin. So basically the bottom, like one left, one up from the bottom right corner, and then check until the second pin on the connector. You can see that trace goes from that pin to that connector through that screw hole, that screw post. So let's take a look. So here on my multimeter, I actually use diode mode because it does have same function as continuity mode. So I'm gonna do that. So bottom pin to second pin. Oh, look at that! It does have continuity. So can you guys see? So from this left side, okay. So it might be, might not have been affected. Let me check the other traces. So this one is the bottom right corner to the fourth pin. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So see, Micro Mage Repair has asked, how's it been since I went full time? So I did recently quit my day job and do microsoldering full time, and what a big difference. I do, I was working from home full time at my day job, and then I would do soldering at night, and it was, I don't know. I feel like I have way more free time now. I can do a lot more, much more repairs, and still have, free time to do other, family stuff. So I love it. I'm making more money now just because how much more repairs I can knock out per day. Yeah, so all these traces are, there's continuity. Check this one. I will check the last one here. So it is the top right, second down, and the third pin. Yeah, all these have continuity. I'm gonna try, let me check this one. So this goes from the caps to that filter, what it looks like. That I would assume is this here. Oh, look at that. This one does not have continuity. So this might be the only damaged trace. Let's see what else. I don't know what that is. I also haven't tested if this thing even charges or turns on. It was such a bad state. I don't want to plug in the screen. Let me turn off all these extra layers. All right, so the layer with the traces under the backlight IC is the fourth layer. So they might have got lucky and only went through layer 1 and 2. Because this one for sure is damaged. Let me just check from the IC. That is from the bottom right, I go 1, 2, then 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I have continuity to this. I don't have continuity to there. So what I can do is run a jumper and repair that trace. Also, let me check. Let me clean up this so this component here is also damaged, it looks like. So let me check. So for comparison, the top one, there's no continuity. Yeah, that's normal. We could assume the top one should have no continuity. But it does. You guys see that? This is shorted. The good part of the board is not. So all these are probably caps. So this one's shorted out and bridges the lines. Let me check the other common stuff that gets damaged here. So this filter always blows. We have continuity. This one here always blows. Continuity. These burnt looking ones, continuity. Continuity. The diode mode. Nothing. Alright, so I think all I need to repair here is replace all the missing components. So the 2 coils, the backlight IC, the 2 diodes, this cap down here and then a jumper. So let me replace all the components first. So this is one of the diodes that I pulled off the board. So here's how you test a diode. Super easy. Put your meter in diode mode. Obviously. Measure one way. So red. So I have red and black across it, and I get nothing. And then the opposite, I should get a reading. Oops. So I get 1/38 one way and OL the other way. So that tells me the diode is good. This is what normal behavior, normal readings for a diode. So it does work. So I'll just place that one back and get a new one on the other side. So what I'm gonna do next is just kind of tin all the pads, this stuff. Add some flux. By the way, in the video description, I do have a link to my gear page where I list all the common tools and supplies that I use. So check that out. It is my affiliates page, so if you buy anything through there, you do support the channel. I do get a very tiny commission. You like what I do? Support the cause. It doesn't cost you anything extra other than clicking through my link. Alright, so I'm gonna tin these pads. These are all tinned. Alright, so if you remember from earlier, this diode has the line on the bottom side, or on the right side, I guess, from your angle. Well, I'm gonna turn down my temperature. I hate this part. Trying to do this one-handed. Oh, there it goes. That one's in. I do have new diodes from Mobile Centrics. Basically, all iPads use the same backlight diode, so I stocked a bunch of these because they're super common. Like an iPad Pro 10.5, when you blow the backlight, it's just the diodes that blow for some reason. In other models, it's the filter. So put that one here. I got that installed. Now the diodes the coils that were on the board, I'm gonna just replace them. I don't know if they're any good. So let me grab some new ones over here. I have a large bag full of them. So backlight coils for iPad Pros. Got myself two. And while I'm here, I'm gonna get the backlight IC, which I have as well. I sourced all my ICs from Mobile Centrics just because they have the largest selection and pretty good prices. Alright, so let's go back over here. see, Ned Inline said, well, I need a mod. I don't think I have enough enough chatting to need that. If someone's causing problems, then I'll take care of it. All right, so these are 2 coils. You know what? Let me tend them first. So what I like to do is just add a little bit of flux to each pad. See, we've been on for 30 minutes. Let's see, there's 11 viewers, 7 likes. So it sounds like 4 of you have not liked the video. Who wants to help grow the channel and smash that like button? The YouTube algorithm would appreciate it. All right, so I got 2 coils. All right, so I'm gonna try to solder these at the same time. I need some flux here. Wait, today's Friday. It's about to be 2 p.m. here, so what's everyone's plan for this weekend? Let me know in the comments and the chats. My plans is probably nothing. Fix stuff. Alright, those got installed. Let me add a little more flux here to the getting the backlight driver. Alright, so if you remember, the dot was on the upper right corner where I have this little mark here. You can see the dot is here on the upper right. And I made my own little indicator. So I just gotta line it up, give it some hot air. Just hope it goes into place. So what I do here is I just wait for the chip to kind of move, and then I can kind of bump it into position. You see the coils are bouncing around. Looks like it's slowly moving into position. There it goes. There it goes. All right. What else do I have? I have this cap down here. I just came right off with my iron. A little bit of solder. And luckily I have a donor board here I could pull this from. Let's see. We're hopefully gonna build a website finally for my repairs and hang out with the wife. Work Saturday and either socialize or relax on Sunday. Work and solder till I drop. That's what I'm gonna do. So if you guys have any repairs you need done, send them to me so I can solder till I drop. That's how you get better at soldering. This is the little cap and take off. Ned said he has the same scope and camera as me, it just doesn't focus. So yeah, there's a, I think it's called a 5mm C-mount adapter or something like that. It's very generic, so you should be able to find it on Amazon or eBay. Just search 5mm C-mount adapter or something like that. Focus. Okay, so you can see I could bump it and it snaps into place. So now, just like new, except there's still that jumper I gotta run. So here, just to prove it's still, the issue's still present, I'm on diode mode this side. I get no reading. I get reading here, I get readings here. The board is still hot, so it reads shorted. Alright, so I pull down. Yeah, so what we gotta do here is first let me clean up this area. It looks like a mess. So I use a toothbrush here to scrub it just so I can loosen up any like hard flux that kind of solidified and got real nasty. Actually, I see something of concern here on the right, which I'll show you. Make sure take care of that first. One of the things about flux is very messy, so it's always a good idea to clean often so it doesn't build up and make it even more difficult to clean. So you see, I guess too much solder on this side, which is it's awfully close to that capacitor, whatever it is. Looks like a cap. So I'm going to, I have these tweezers from Art of Repair. Basically, these are ceramic tips, and it holds the wick so it doesn't, the heat stays in the wick and it doesn't transfer up the tweezers. This helps keep the wick really hot. So I'm gonna do here is just kind of put the wick here off to the side and just hope it sucks up that solder right here. You see it kind of. I'm gonna do it the other side too. Alright, there we go. So I don't know if it was touching, but it's just good to kind of give extra clearance. Alright, so I'm gonna scrub area. Yeah, regarding the adapter, I would say try the 5mm one. I mean, if you buy from Amazon, you should be able to return it if it's the wrong one anyway. So that's what I'm using. Let me see if I could show you. So it's the camera. In here, there's like a little adapter, like 5mm, and then this is the reduction lens. It's all linked in my my gear page, and then the scope. So camera, a 5mm adapter, reduction lens, and then the scope. That's how I have it set up. So you guys can see here that there's now clearance between the cap and the coil, so no need to worry about it possibly touching. Same on both sides. So now all that's left is a jumper from here to here, because apparently the trace goes underneath that screw post. So let me grab some jumper wire. Now this is a backlight line. I don't know what kind of voltage or anything. I'm assuming it's backlight, so I'm gonna use some thicker wire. This is 40 gauge wire that I found on like Amazon. So something to keep in mind is when you have something with high currents, the thickness of the wire does matter, because if it's too thin, it'll burn out the wire. So just to be safe, I'll use a thicker wire like this one. Because my usual jumper wire is a lot thinner. So I'm gonna add some flux here, add some flux here. I'm gonna pre-tin both sides so it grab jumper wire easier. Just grab it from there. Now I need to line up this. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm going to go this way and then just bend it into position and then solder it on. If this works, I'll be amazed, especially with that kind of long-term damage. It's kind of soldered. Need some more slack here. Hold on. I need to concentrate a little bit. Oh, I see 12 viewers and 12 likes. That's pretty, I like those numbers. All right, let's see. I keep messing with it. There you go. Let's go with that. So I'm gonna push this. We don't want the wire touching ground. Oh, even better, I see 13 likes and 12 viewers. I mean, someone was watching, liked, and left. So let me clean this up. just for safe measure, I will add some UV mask. Make sure someone comes in here in the future to do a screen repair or something, they won't damage it, or at least lower the chances of them damaging it. Alright, so look at this, it looks like it's never been soldered before. Just kidding. So like that. Alright, so UV mask. So I have this tube here with a little towel. This stuff makes a mess, so I keep this like that. What I like to do is push out just a little bit. Like that, and then I'll touch just the tip to grab some UV. And then use my other tweezers to apply it. This way you could be a little more accurate with your application. And there's a lot here. I would apply it to the whole thing, but too much work. I think the wire is insulated anyway, so I really just wanted to add some here on this ground, just to avoid any potential shorting. All right, so so now the UV light. Now you keep in mind UV light like this is dangerous to your eyes, so don't look at it directly. But I'm looking at it through the camera, so I'm safe. See, let's read the chat. 43 minutes late. We're 47 minutes in. Wow. I mean, if I'm under an hour for this repair, I think I still win. I try not to spend more than 1 hour on most repairs, unless it's like a bottom board swap or data recovery. Yeah, I'm full-time soldering now, so I'll probably take on more repairs than before. I've literally cleared out my whole queue, so now I can do next day turnarounds for any kind of mail-in repair. If you need anything, let me know. I'll get it fixed right away. If you're lucky, I might live stream it. Alright, so this should be cured. Look at it. Looks solid. So now, if we were to diode mode, I get a reading on this side of the filter. So that means the connection from here has been bypassed and is now here. So this goes underneath the chip. From the chip to here, from here to here, from here to here, and from here to the connector. So, you know what? Let me check. Let me make sure there's no VCC main short. Usually some of these caps here. Yeah, so there's no shorts. Yeah, so I think this thing should boot and work, but I don't know. Let me move all this stuff out of the way. Trash. These are trash. All right. Let me just clean up some of this what's here. So I have the screen over here. Battery disconnected. Should I prefer this angle? I have the battery screw over here. So I hate this iPad. The Gen 2 is so much easier to plug in because the cables have so much more slack versus this one. All right, I'm removing the guitar pick and plugging and screwing in the battery. So let's see. I'm going to keep an eye on the board to see if there's any sparks. All right, so all right, battery screwed in. Lay. And let me show you guys this as well. I'll pull up the USB charging current here on the screen. Plugging it in now. All right, I get 4. Is it charging? Oh, it's not working. I don't see a backlight. I also don't see any image. So there's a chance I did all this for nothing. So you can see the USB charging current is all over the place. I pull this down. I start the chart. You'll see how the current goes up and then down. Let me make this larger. You can see it goes, you see the mouse here? No. So it's like trying to charge and then it restarts. I guess there's probably some other deeper issue here. I wonder if there's a data line that's sorted out under the... So let me check a few more things just to make sure that's something I'm doing. I'm gonna unscrew the battery. The guitar pick. Alright, so battery disconnected. Screen disconnected. Let's go back under the microscope. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is check the battery and see what voltage it's at. I'll put my multimeter at voltage. I'm going to probe. Kind of hard to see, but the 2 large pads on the battery have a the voltage. So I have 2.8 volts. That's super low for an iPad battery. Basically, all lithium-ion batteries should be above 3 volts. 3.6 volt is usually like the minimal before the device boots. So somewhere between 3 volts and 3.6 volts, it'll be in that low battery symbol. 3.6 volts approximately is where it starts charging. So I'm going to manually charge the battery. So here's my DC power supply. I have it at 4.3 volts, 3.5 amps. I'm going to activate the output. And I'm going to charge the battery by injecting voltage directly to the positive and negative terminals of the battery. If I do this for like at least 30 seconds to a minute, I should bring up that battery voltage above the 3 volts needed for, for the iPad to at least start charging by itself. So yeah, so while I'm here, let's read chats. Oh sweet, we have 17 likes. yeah, so what time is it? 2:15 p.m. Still got like an hour and a half to go to UPS and ship my daily packages. Alright, so I charge it for a little bit. Let's check the voltage. Oops. Forget. Alright, so we are at 3.04 volts. Maybe I'll give it a few more minutes. Alright, I'm going to charge it for camera's falling. Need to figure out a better system for this. Alright, so you can see when I start injecting voltage to the battery, I get some current draw of like 700, 800 milliamps. That's how much current is going into the battery and raising up the voltage, battery voltage. So let's get this to 3.1 volts, and then try again. I've had so many iPads that came in for no power, where just the battery was way too low after jump starting it to above 3 volts, then it started working. So let's see what happens here. Oh, I see trouble. Dustin's here. All right. Oops. All right, so let's check again. What's my battery voltage at? All right, 3.1 volts. Let's start over. Turn this off. All right, let's try this again. Alright, so before I even plug in the screen, I'm just going to do it without the screen. You can just see if it's charging without it. If this doesn't work, then I'll just have to do a CPU swap and solve it. Just kidding. We'll not do that. Alright, let's see. So let's start this over. So there you have it. It's doing the exact same thing. This is not good. Alright, so let me stop this. Might have to just send this out to Dustin to have him fix it. Alright, so let me if you have to ask Dustin, then you have to start from the beginning. Alright, so here, let me give you a clue as to what's going on here. Maybe what I can do let me pull up this top layer. Maybe there's something in here is shorted out. Yeah, you're gonna have to start from the beginning of the video, Dustin. We went over all this. Kind of just come in at the end and then just bringing up stuff we've already covered. Right, let me see if I could maybe gonna scrape this away. Yeah, this thing goes down several layers. Mm. Yeah, I do have a fiberglass pen, but I don't know if I want to spend the time on it. I have to use up this whole pen. Oops. It could be something else that got shorted and it not allowing it to boot. Man, so weird. Wonder what's in here. I'm assuming this is it's causing it not to boot. Let me check for shorts. So a red probe on the ground. Not shorted. Just gonna measure random stuff. I'm just looking for something to be shorted somewhere around here. probe everything. Same line. What it looks. Oh, look at that, this one doesn't have a reading. Look at that. This is shorted. And so what does that do? So if you pull up VXW on this shorted, probably goes and it goes through that. Let's see. How do we do this? I'm going to we have Dustin here being the pro. Alright, so I'm going to inject maybe like 1 volt. Okay. And yeah, it probably does go 4 layers down. You just can't see it. I don't know if you can see. Literally. Let me see if I get any current draw here. Oh, let me enable the output. So I don't know what voltage to use, so I'm going to start off with this. I'm going to put some ISO here just to see if it reacts to. And nothing's happening. Let me try 2 volts. And you can see it drawing current. I can't tell if it's sorry guys, I'm just trying to think strategy here. Now you see the alcohol reacting. Yeah, so it's a short somewhere. I just can't. I mean, it only makes sense that it's in in that hole. I'm debating if I should just call this a no fix. You see here, definitely goes through. We have 4 layers enabled here. Drill a bigger hole. Sure, why not? Let me check what else. If there's anything else that's shorted. Let me see if there's any other problems. So this one's shorted. Let's see what else am I checking. I think I checked all these. You want to be sure you're missing any. So the fiberglass pen, what it does is it lets you shave off the layers like gently. You don't make too much damage, but it does make a mess, and not that precise. So you have to kind of hit a whole area. So what I'm gonna do here is actually remove the backlight IC just to rule that out. And also it gives me the ability to inject voltage without damaging anything else. Let me turn up the air. And let's do 415-ish. I could get lucky and it turns out it's just the IC. So logically, it would make more sense if it's the hole that's drilled causing the short. And then just clean this up. No. That should be good enough for now. And nothing bridging that shouldn't be. Alright, so let's take a look here. That would be the second one from the top right, or one down. So we'll go back here. I'll check again. Yeah, short's still there. And of course, still here. So let me just double check. So on DXW, the only thing connected is that spot. So I could inject a lot higher current without possibly risking anything else. So let's see, let's try it. Oh. Turn on. Let's see, so you guys can see. Not seeing too much happening. And it could be the cap. I'm gonna try injecting here at the near the IC. You see my DC power supply pulls the full 3.5 amps, but let me get some freeze spray. I think that's easier to see than I get my thermal camera. So I'll have my freeze spray. Got the cap. I do hate this tape. So insert the straw and then go back here. All right, let's give this a shot. So weird how it's pulling full amps, but it doesn't really. You can see that. Well, let's go higher. Let's do 5 amps. Maybe we could just blow this it's short. Right, black probe on ground. Red on the line. You can see the. Yep. I don't know. Let's go higher. Do 6 volts. Usually you see some sparking. Surprisingly, it's not happening here. It's not. So what I can try. Now we're in 18 minutes. I'll give it 10 more minutes. If I can't solve it, it's gonna be no fix. Shop will have to buy the customer a new iPad, probably. And then on the shop. See 14 people watching. Who's been here? Who's been watching since the beginning? Let me know in the comments. Oh shit! The whole center piece went missing. Look, this whole center piece just went flying. I should keep this as a souvenir. I think I literally touching the housing at this point. Just trying to show off. Oh, look at that. Short's gone. Alright, let me see. Oh, never mind. Checking the other lines. It's not. I didn't pull in any current. Strange. So, this is all plugged in, right? No current draw. No current draw, but diode mode is a short. Let me grab my donor board to compare. If I measure this, should get a reading 625. Now these all should have readings. Actually, all these lines are gone, and I'm definitely not going to do all that. I wonder if there's a hole through the back of the housing. No. Alright, let me see. Let me go back. 4 volts. Turn it on. So weird, it doesn't draw any currents. What am I missing here? Ground draws current, but it's a shorted line, does not. You guys have any thoughts on this? Yeah, I think it's a disaster, so alright. No fix. I got other more important things to do. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me not fix an iPad. I wonder if it'll charge now. Let me check real quick in here. I'm gonna do it with no battery and see if it does the same thing. Okay, let's see what it does with the battery. Yeah, it's doing the same thing, so I was having yeah, I think it's gonna be too much hassle. There's not data recovery or anything, so I'm just gonna go ahead and call it quits. Did get 18 likes, so that's pretty cool. And it's my first video I've done in probably like a month at least. So hopefully the next video it will be something I fix. But you know, this is the reality. Sometimes you are not able to fix everything. Sometimes it's just not worth fixing. You know, this iPad, you probably buy a new one for $250 or something. So, you know, not a huge deal here. You know, they're gonna have to pay return shipping. So, but this was not a win. But I did learn that long screw damage can happen here, and if they use the wrong screw, most likely they use the screw from the sides, because I know those are long, so they probably mix them up, put that super long screw, grow it right through the whole board and kill the board. So I guess my what I learned from this is to make sure to, I guess, test at least the charging current, see if it turns on, see if it charges, because that, if I would have done that at the beginning, I probably would have noticed the weird charging current issue that I was seeing, and I probably would have called it quits a lot sooner. But you know, it's a live stream, wanted to just experiment and see what else we find. But hopefully you guys learned something from this, and if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't yet, click that like button if you enjoyed the video. If you didn't like the video, then let me know in the comments what you didn't like and what I should improve on. Check out the links in the description. I do have all the different tools I use here in my gear page, as well as some merch you can buy. Like if you want to support the channel, wear a t-shirt like this one, that'd be great. And if you are interested in learning how to micro solder, I am the lead solder coach for the Pro Fixer 90-day program. So check out all the links in the description, and I'll probably go live, you know, again soon. So stick around or keep an eye out for more live streams, and I'll see you guys next time.